I wanted to tell you that the tutorial is coming up in the next video. I'm working on it, almost finished. But this video is about knitting another cotton tee with a lace front. This is not it. This is another story. So stay tuned and enjoy. I hope you're having a good holiday weekend. Cheers. Hello, everybody. I am actually doing a voiceover on this because the first portion didn't turn out very well with my microphone. But what I'm saying is, I'm here to reveal yet another top that I have knit. Now, it's not the jacket, it's not the fleece jacket, but I realized that that goes with it fairly well. Now, here you go. Now, this is using the Yarnspirations pattern, and I've knit it with a split I love this cotton. So that means I've knit with 2 strands of that. And I incorporated a lace yoke into it. At this point in the video, I'm also commenting on how this is a more form-fitting top and that I have gained weight over the winter. That's that winter hibernation. That's what it'll do to you. Although in true fashion, a bear will hibernate and use up what he's already got. I didn't. I added to it. However, I'm going to be exercising and hopefully reducing. And yet, I'm fairly comfortable with my body, so it doesn't matter to me that it's form-fitting. And if you wear a jacket over it or something like a light cardigan, you're not going to notice the lumps and bumps the same way. Now, I am explaining how I knit the lace pattern in the yoke area, and it goes over the sleeves as well. And then I decided to add it on the bottom of my top. And I used the knitting stitches as my guide for a pattern for the lace. I pretty much have that lace pattern memorized now. So I'm going to take a moment and just, I'm showing how I still haven't got some of the threads tucked away, but I will be doing that, of course. But I was ready to show this to you, and I actually wore it out on an evening, even without the threads tucked away yet. I'm going to let the original volume play and just see how that goes now. I wanted a nice, loose, airy top for the summer. And this is casting on 100 stitches in the neckline. And it's funny how different fabrics or different yarns make the neckline large or small. This is 100 stitches, and that's the way it sits. That's just the way it is. And I followed the pattern, doing all the increases up to 330 stitches. When it came time to separate for the sleeves, I did 52 inches for the sleeves. Or sorry, not inches, 52 stitches, big difference there, for the sleeves. And then that left me with the whatever the number is math-wise for the body. A lot of times when I'm knitting with a DK yarn, because this 2-ply ends up being a lightweight, a DK type yarn, I will do, let's say, 210 stitches around the body, and that might be the situation here. I know these things because I've every time I've knit with DK weight, this is what I end up with. Something closer fitting. Some yarns like the cotton waves, James C. Brett cotton waves. It's a 3-ply. It's still a lightweight, but it's a 3-ply. It's thicker than this, and it stretches out in the body a little bit differently. So they all. But the bottom line is, does it fit? Can you get it on? I can get it on fine. So that's my latest top. And you see how you can vary the stitch number in the sleeve. Like it was my granddaughter who set up my other Yarnspirations top with the cotton waves. She said, Grandma, I think the sleeve is too big. And she's right. So that's why I narrowed this down to 52. And when I did, I tried it on, because that's the thing. You knit so far and you try it on. As one person said, well, I can get it over my head. So she knew that the neckline was the right size for her. And so you try it on as you go along. I tried it on at the yoke. I said, okay. When it was about here, I said, this is good. It's fitting. I can get my arms through fine. And there's going to be a natural stretch that occurs with the cotton because of your own body heat. So this has been blocked. It's not going to stretch down any further. The first time I tried it on, I thought it's a little bit too short, so I added more of a ribbing on the bottom. My ribbing. And then I found out about Jenny's surprisingly something or other bind off stitch. And I was doing that in the bottom and in the sleeves, and it really does give it a good stretch. And yet it keeps its shape. So I'll post a link to that. That was a new thing for me, something that came up in my feed that I guess YouTube said she might be interested in this. I'm doing my exercises here, deep knee bends, just so I can be in the camera. Anyway, so Jenny's surprise stretchy bind off, and apparently she has one for casting on too. I haven't looked at that yet, but I should just sit down for a moment. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, here we are. I changed into a t-shirt so that I could actually lift the top up and show you at this point. See how it looks. You know, one time I made a top and I did a video about it, and I had my daughter try it on, and she's a lot smaller than me. She's like I used to be. And so we compared sizes, and I'll see if I can get a clip of that and put it in here. But when you, like, even this top would fit way more loose and probably way more complimentary on another type body. But this is the body that I have, and I don't have a problem with it because I know as we age, actually, as we age, we are going to gain weight, most of us. And there's a reason for that. Nature does it. It puts on a lot more fat on our body in case we get ill as a senior. And then our body uses that fat supply. So that doesn't mean we can eat anything we want, but here we are. So the sleeves, when I get to doing underneath, a lot of times there's a gap. Yeah, well, it's hard to tell. I do have a little bit of holes there, but that's part of the lace design. But sometimes there's a bit of a gap here, and I'll illustrate that in my tutorial on how to knit this particular pattern so that you don't have that gap. But all that to say that I do like the new, for me, new bind off technique, and it is very fairly stretchy, but not too much. I've used in the past a different stretchy method, but it tended to go ripply when I was using it, so binding off with it. So I didn't like that so much. And this is much neater. And what can I say? It will, gosh, if I do manage to lose some weight, I'm increasing my exercise and decreasing what I eat, my portion sizes, and some of the things that I'm eating, like no more chips, cheesies, ice cream, or cookies, as much as possible. We have 2 birthdays coming up. I don't know. It'll be testing me. But anyways, it will fit a lot more loose, probably in the summer. And then if that happens, I'll wear it again, take a picture, and just show you what it looks like. But in the meantime, a lot of times we're not just sort of standing there in silhouette fashion for somebody to take a look at all our little lumps and bumps. A lot of times we're sitting, and it doesn't, it's not uncomplimentary as I'm sitting. So there we go. This is each one of these, let's see if I can hold this straight. Each one of these sections is 5 repeat. You know, you go through row 1 and then you purl back, in which case, because I was doing it on circular needles, I just knit another row. And then you go to the second part of the chart and the pattern, and then knit a row in the third. So it's actually fairly simple. And I did mention it in a previous video. So you go through that, and I did it 3 times, and on the bottom, I did it twice. And there you go.
And that just adds a little bit of style. So that's a thing. You can take that basic pattern. I've been harping so much in my videos about knitting without a pattern or knowing the basics. If you know the basics, you can knit almost anything. Okay, so with this, you take the pattern and you can modify it in several different ways, but it is a basic structure. And in some respects, it's similar to the ranunculus in that you cast on at the neck and you do your increases. In fact, I have something else to show you, a ranunculus. Ranunculus, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, you know what I mean, that kind of a top. And I'll show you in a second because it has a basic structure as well. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. You didn't notice because you only had a second. Second delay. I call this my biking sweater because it's just a great one to wear when I'm biking. And I did do the sleeves. And it is a ranunculus. And you know, the thing is, it's if you're going to knit ranunculus, you need to do it in a solid color, not something that's variegated like this one, because you can't see the individual pattern structure where you do the supposed flower and the eyelets and so forth that are called for in that pattern. See the eyelets here? But it's hard to see it because it sort of blends in with the top. But, and this is very roomy. It's much wider. Let's see if I can compare them to. It's much wider. It's knit with, I love this cotton, only I didn't split it. So see the difference in the size? Yeah, that's probably another good 6 inches, maybe 5 altogether. And I like it because it is a very sort of loose, roomy top that I can wear under my jacket when I'm biking. And it helps the natural cotton, of course, 100% cotton helps your body to breathe and it wicks away moisture if you're sweating. All of that. That's all of the reasons, or several of the reasons, why you want to wear a natural product, either wool or cotton. That's from my hippie days. I like the hippie style people. I was on the younger end of them in the 60s. Um, and I hung around with them in part because I was attracted to the whole natural aspect of living, wear natural cottons and so forth. So that's my ranunculus. And the point is even with the ranunculus pattern, you have a basic structure. You've got a neckline, you've got increases for the yoke, and then you separate for the sleeves. In this case, I did 3/4 length sleeves, and I didn't do any shaping on the sleeve. I just let it be sort of a bell sleeve. I'm not even sure how many stitches were in this one. One thing I noticed about the I love this cotton, and this one, as I said, is not split. It's the full 4-ply. Is it gets little bits of fluff. It pills, but so what? Just pick it off and throw it in your garbage can. It won't leave my fingers, and it's not a great deal. Lots of our clothes pill as they go along. So this has now become one of my favorite sweaters. I said, like for outdoor activities. This one will be more for when I want to dress up just a little bit, wear some pearls on the neckline or whatever. Wear a nice pair of navy pants with it, which would set it off a nice contrasting in colors. Somebody asked me if I quilt, and I have, yes. And I learned about colors while quilting where you have a contrast color to help something stand out. And that's what I would do with this one. I would wear something dark on the bottom, even though in the beginning of this video I'm wearing gray pants. That's not a great contrast, but it's what I'm wearing today. So what else? All right, so that's how, if you learn some of the basics, even with the yarn inspiration pattern. Don't think of it as just like I'm following a pattern. Think of it in terms of learning the basics. This is myself in training kind of thing, so that You understand why the structure is the way it is. You understand how many stitches you actually need for your body type, whether you want it loose or more form fitting as this one is, and this one is loose. I should try this one on for you just to show you. I'll do that too. And then we'll close this off. Don't want you to be too bored too long. Assuming such. Here I am back again. Okay. So here it is in its close-up fashion. You can see the yoke and you see the individual ranunculus stitching ideas that they have. And in this case, I made it into a 3/4 sleeve. That's what I wanted to do because long sleeves I end up pushing up there anyhow. So, and there it is. See how it just fits completely different. It doesn't show any lumps and bumps except for these bumps a little bit. But who cares? Anyways, okay. I'm looking at a sign, and this is one of my mottos for senior living. I made this. I do what I want within moderation. All right, that's it. You learn the basics. Casting on a neckline, 80 stitches or 100. And if you do the yarn inspirations pattern and you're casting on 80 stitches in the neck, you do want to add a couple of rows of increase so that you can catch up to the number of increased stitches that are listed in the pattern as you go along. And that's it. Pick up your stitches. Hard to see where I began and ended my sleeve here. So that's my story for today. No more yarn tales for you. And by the way, thanks everybody for joining in. I so appreciate all your comments. And as I've said, I've learned so much from a lot of you. So thanks for watching.